We're on episode 3, Squeeze. It premiered on September 24th, 1993. It was written by Glenn Morgan and James Wong, who will write for the entirety of the original series and the revival. It was directed by Harry Longstreet, but he was replaced by Michael Cattleman for some distinct creative differences with both the writers and the crew. Squeeze is our first Monster of the Week episode. So we've established with the pilot and Deep Throat that there is one half of the series is devoted to the UFO and extraterrestrial conspiracy, in part with Mulder's missing sister. The other half is the Monster of the Week cycle. I think both of these terms, the Myth Arc and Monster of the Week, were originally coined by Usenet, alt.tv.X-Files. So our first monster appears in the shape of a man by the name of Eugene Victor Tooms.
By the book and you don't. They feel your methods, your theories are...
Spooky? Do you think I'm spooky?
See, look, don't work late. The last thing you want is to get eviscerated in the office after hours. Everybody say hi to a young Donald Logue. He is playing the overly ambitious, grasping agent Tom Colton, who apparently graduated from Quantico with Scully.
So how are you doing? Have you had any close encounters of the third kind?
Is that what everyone thinks I do?
No, of course not. But you do work with spooky Mulder. Each victim was found with their liver ripped out. No cutting tool was used.
Bare hands? This looks like an X-File.
Let's not get carried away. I'm gonna solve these murders.
Why would I make them so uncomfortable?
It probably has to do with your reputation.
Reputation? I have a reputation?
That vent is 6 inches by about 18. Even if a reticulin could crawl through, it's screwed in place.
This is the print I took yesterday from Usher's office. These prints were discovered at 5 of the 10 crime scenes.
10 murders. Colton never mentioned...
Most likely he's unaware of them.
Are you saying these prints are from the 1960s and the 1930s?
And fingerprinting was just coming into its own in 1903, but there was a murder involving an extracted liver.
Now we're getting spooky.
You're saying these are copycats?
What did we learn our first day at the academy, Scully? Each fingerprint is unique. These are a perfect match.
Bottom line, this is Colton's case.
Our X-file dates back to 1903. We had it first.
Mulder, they don't want you involved. They don't want to hear your theories.
Aw, they won't let him play any reindeer games.
I know you're assigned to another area, Scully, but if you don't mind some overtime, you're welcome to come aboard with us on this. That is, if you don't mind working in an area that's a bit more down to earth.
This is Doug Hutchison as Eugene Tooms. A perfect intersection of creepy actor and creepy role.
Is your full name Eugene Victor Tooms?
Yes.
Did you kill George Usher?
No.
Are you over 100 years old?
No.
Have you ever been to Powhatan Mill?
Yes.
In 1933?
No.
His story checks out. He's not the guy. It doesn't mean that your profile's incorrect.
Scully's right. It is the guy. His electrodermal and cardiographic response nearly go off the chart.
So he beat the polygraph on the relevant questions, but he was surprised by Mulder's. Our boy is so damn clever.
Those reactions.
I don't need you or that machine telling me if Tooms was alive in 33.
He's the guy.
I'm letting him go.
You said Mulder was out there. That guy's insane.
Donald Logue is kind of a dick. That reminds me, I need to clean out my chimney before it gets cold.
Tom, we have authorized access to this crime scene. A report of you obstructing another officer's investigation might stick out on your personnel file.
Look, Dana, whose side are you on?
The victims.
Yeah, eat shit, Donald.
The victim is a Thomas Werner, single, white.
It's Tooms. And he took something. I think this is where it all began in 1903 on Exeter Street. Now look at the address of that first murder in 1903.
Apartment 203. He killed the guy above him.
Hey, listen. There's a lot of reasons you might want to kill your upstairs neighbor.
Well, this must be Toombs' great-grandfather.
What about the prince?
Genetics might explain the patterns.
Boy, Mulder is finding this harder to swallow than a chunk of raw liver.
It also might explain the sociopathic attitudes and behaviors.
I called it quits in 1968 after 45 years as a cop.
Wait. So, he retired in 68 after 45 years. So he started working around 1923-ish. That means he was probably born around the turn of the century. So he's 92 or 93 here?
Have you ever heard the name Eugene Victor Tooms?
When they wouldn't bring me aboard in 63, I did some of my own work. I took these surveillance pictures.
Look, this guy's like 65 tops.
This is Tooms. Of course, that was him 30 years ago. And this is the apartment where he lived.
Here's 103.
This is a scene immortalized in the title sequence.
Just an old coal cellar.
Somebody having a garage sale?
You know, credit to him for taking good care of his murder trophies.
This is the shape on Werner's mantle.
Frank said he collected trophies.
This is a nest. Look. It's made out of rags and newspapers.
Instagram or TikTok influencer that makes the best rag and bile hibernation nest. Get on it.
It smells like... I think it's bile.
Just listen. What if some genetic mutation could allow a man to awaken every 30 years?
Mulder,
And what if the 5 livers could provide him sustenance for that period? What if Tooms is some kind of 20th century genetic mutant?
Oh, it's okay. I got it. Is this what it takes to climb the ladder, Colton?
All the way to the top.
He is so oily.
Then I can't wait till you fall off and land on your ass.
Okay, I feel like I need to say this. Even in the instance of a mutant in your air ducts, please be careful about shooting through your apartment walls. No, Dana, no! Cover your heart! Cover your liver!
You all right? He's not going to get his quota this year.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Look at him. He's building another nest.
The preliminary medical exam revealed quite abnormal development in the muscular and skeletal systems, as well as a continually declining metabolic rate. It dips way below the levels registered in deep sleep.
Me going back for more liver at 2 a.m. Squeeze is a great start to the Monster of the Week cycle. It's mostly a novel creation, this human liver-eating mutant who can contort himself into unbelievably tiny spaces and then just hibernate for 30 years like a champ. Scully said it at the top. This looks like an X-File. Now, remember, this is only the 3rd episode of this new, basically experimental series with a tiny budget for a show, and that being said, the limits of practical effects are pretty obvious here. Most of the work is done by your own ability to suspend your disbelief that a man can fit into an air duct. I don't know, can you get into your, dryer vent? As if Americans weren't already paranoid enough about home invaders. Doug Hutchison does a great turn as Eugene Tooms. He's inhuman while explicitly appearing human. It's sort of funny how obvious it is that Mulder is wholly alienated, pun intended, from virtually all of his FBI colleagues thus far. This is also a good start for Morgan and Wong. They will go on to write some of the best episodes of this series. We really haven't had any clunkers yet, albeit 3 episodes, but I have a sinking feeling that we're due for a bad script or 2. So that's it. That's Squeeze. I will do trivia, and then it's number 4, Conduit.